Welcome class. In this video we will be discussing our syllabus for CISC150. This will be for the Spring 2015 course. My name is Professor Rick Cassoni, and here is my email, rcassoni@sdccd.edu. However, for course messaging, what I'd prefer you to do instead is to use the Blackboard messaging, and we'll see this in our next video when we talk about navigating the Blackboard website. Just because this is an online course doesn't mean that you cannot visit me during my office hours. My office hours are on Mondays and Wednesdays from 7:30 to 9 a.m. and Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. I can also be available by appointment, but make sure we agree on the place and the time for that. My office is the Math and Science Building, 315D. My phone number is 619-388-5024. You can also reach me on Skype. My handle is rcassoni, and if you friend me, then I'll accept your friend request, and then we can communicate through Skype as well. Again, this is an online course, and our course dates start on January 26th and end on May 23rd. We will be using the Technology in Action Complete book, in particular the 11th edition. Make sure you get the complete edition and not the introductory editions, because that might only have 7 or 9 chapters. Your best bet is to purchase this book at the bookstore. It's $109, and here is the ISBN for our book. The good thing about purchasing at the bookstore, at the Mesa bookstore, is that you're guaranteed to get the access code that you'll need, that'll be necessary for you to complete the help desk and soundbite assignments. There definitely are other options for purchasing the book from Amazon or rentals or other places, but many times these do not come with the access codes. By the time you take into account the cost of the access code plus maybe a lesser price at Amazon or a used book, many times it is in fact more than $109. In addition, if you purchase it at the bookstore, you can also use financial aid as well to purchase your book. But feel free to purchase however means you want to. Just make sure you get the 11th edition. That's the full edition, chapters 1 through 13, as well as the access code. There's also a textbook on reserve at the library at the Learning Resource Center. You can go to the checkout counter and you can have these books up to 2 hours at a time. However, they are not available for checkouts. Some students might find this is inefficient, having to come on campus as well, and you have to take into account that the LRC is not open on Saturdays and Sundays as well. As far as software for the course, you need to have the Microsoft Office 2013 suite. That is preferred, and make sure you have the full version that actually contains Access as well. Students can optionally use OpenOffice or LibreOffice, and these are open source equivalents to Microsoft Office, and these are no cost. However, all video examples for the exercises we will be doing in class are going to be based on Microsoft Office 2013. Another option for students is to purchase Microsoft Office 2013 full edition from collegebuys.com. This is $39.95, and this is a really great deal. The list price for Microsoft Office full edition is, I believe, about $400 to $700, depending on where you purchase it at. Also, Microsoft Office is available on almost all of the district personal computers, including the LRC 4th floor lab. It's also available at the tutoring center as well. Another piece of software you'll need for this course is Jing, and this is a free download from TechSmith. Using Jing, you'll be able to make your own videos that we'll do throughout the course, and you say that this is an invaluable way to share information with others by creating videos, especially in our online collaborative world. The ability to make videos is going to turn out to be invaluable. So we said this is a level 1 course, an introductory course, and this is basically covers a survey of computers, computer systems, and information sciences. There are no prerequisites for this course, and here's a listing of the student learning objectives for this course. I will allow you to review those in your leisure. So here are some important deadlines for the course. One, again, I said this on the introductory video, but a key component to online courses is that students make continuous progress. So if you fail to complete your week 1 assignments by Saturday, January 31st, this could result in you being dropped from the course. If you cannot complete your assignments for this first week, by all means, please reach out to me and let me know. Again, there's various options, whether it's Blackboard messaging, or Skype, or call, or email. Here are some important dates this semester for our course. The last date to add this course is February 6th. The last date to drop without a W is also February 6th. And the last date to drop with a refund is February 6th. So you'll see this February 6th is a very key date for us in the semester. Another key date is April 10th, and this is going to be the last day to withdraw from the course. If you do not withdraw after that date, you will be receiving a letter grade for the course. So if for any reason you do not feel you're going to be able to complete the course, it'll be your responsibility to officially withdraw from the course before this date, April 10th, 2015. Again, no drops will be allowed after this date. If a person has any disabilities, please coordinate with the DSPS office, the Disabled Students Programs and Services office, so that I can get a letter and make any allowances that I need for the course. If you encounter any problem accessing any portion of this course, then please, by all means, let me know. Call me immediately or send me an email. This course is set up to be compliant with 508 standards, so you should be able to access any and all information. Another key thing that will help you throughout this semester is Blackboard Help. This is really great in the fact that this is 24/7, 365. So anytime you're working on the course and need to get assistance with Blackboard, you can do so. I caution, though, that these folks will only assist you with Blackboard. They will not be able to assist you with the homework. Here's a couple ways to get a hold of the help desk. One is the phone number, and two, you can go into this URL link and hit the help desk. These personnel are really great and helpful, and a lot of times you can use online chat to get answers to your problems. I know I use them all the time, and they're very helpful. As far as the grading class policies, we will have 12 quizzes in the course, and then the lowest 2 will be dropped. Because I do drop the lowest 2 quiz scores, if you fail to complete any quizzes, then I will drop those quizzes. So essentially there's no makeups for quizzes. And this constitutes 5% of your overall grade, the 10 quizzes, your highest 10 quizzes. We will also have 2 review exams. One will be on chapters 1 through 5. The other one will be on chapters 6 through 9 plus chapter 11. All other assignments in the course you'll do count for the other 85% of the course. And here's a point breakdown. This should be you should be fairly familiar with these. Anything that's greater than equal to a 90% will be an A, greater than 80 and less than 90% a B, and so on. So make sure you take a look at these. There's also extra credit opportunities, and you'll be able to see those in a Blackboard module learning page under the learning modules section, and we'll cover more of that when we get to that video. So all weekly activities will be launched on the Monday of the week. Assignments that are submitted late will be penalized up to 7% each day, for a total of 50% if something is beyond 1 week. So while students always seek extra credit, I say the best extra credit a student has is to complete all the assignments on time. Even if an assignment is not fully complete, a lot of times students will have maybe a 70 or 80% assignment, and even by doing that on time, that's better than a perfect paper after the 1 week time. The best you can do on a 1 week late paper is 50%. So again, timely submissions is going to be one of the best extra credits you can do for the assignment. So many times you'll want to do your work in Microsoft Word. This will do two things for you. One, it'll show you any spelling mistakes. Two, it'll correct grammar. And three, it'll allow you to go back in case you submit something and it doesn't get registered in Blackboard. However, this is very rare that Blackboard does not show an assignment turned in. In fact, I've never had it happen before. Sometimes what happens is a student will start the upload process and they will not hit submit. Until you hit submit, the exercise will not be recorded. Each exercise that's recorded is date time stamped for your submission, and I'll always have to go by the date time stamp in Blackboard. Sometimes this is an issue, but usually not. But sometimes students will not properly cite papers, and this would be considered plagiarism. So all essays I'm expecting to be written in your own words. There will be times where you'll want to cite other people's work, and this is fine. You can grab a couple sentences from another person, and you can even paraphrase whole paragraphs, for example. But if I suspect that the work is plagiarized and copied, I will submit it into SafeAssign, and this is basically a huge database that shows all work ever submitted, and it's able to scour the internet and see if you have directly copied work. So if you do copy plagiarize, then I will need to mark a 0 down for that assignment. You can resubmit it, but you'll be resubmitting it up for 50%. One of the key items that we will be using throughout the course is the Technology in Action Companion website, and here is the link right here. You'll also find a link in the Blackboard weekly assignment or in the learning modules container on Blackboard. In the companion site, there will be web research projects, help desk assignments, and sound bites, along with study guides and crossword puzzles that you can use to help you practice the material before exams. So we will get more into these throughout the course, but it's actually a really helpful site. Okay. So course activities for each week will be listed in the Learning Modules folder. For example, this first week we'll have Week 1 activities and assignments. Week 2 will have its own folder. So most times you'll be reading the textbook and then reviewing a PowerPoint and marking those as reviewed, at which time that will expose the quiz for that week. You will also be doing soundbite exercises, discussion boards, and other activities throughout the course. As a reminder, here's where you can find the student rights and responsibilities. If you go to the San Diego Mesa website and you follow these links, you'll be able to get down to the campus policies. And the key ones are policy 3100 and 3100.1 and .2 that you can view. We've already talked about the drop and withdraw policies. One thing I will not tolerate is students not treating each other politely and with respect. This is covered in policy 3100, section 3.0, but again, I've never had an issue in my courses. All of my students are always great students, and I enjoy all the time that we get to spend together, whether in class or even online, to collaborate with each other. From time to time, there can be course changes, and if so, they'll be minor in nature. Typically, they always favor the students. If any change does occur, I'll ensure that you get notified via email announcements. So these email announcements will come out through your email. So especially in an online course, it's important that students check your email on a daily basis. Part of the assignment 1 activities will be ensuring that Blackboard sends email to the email address that you desire. We've already talked about the companion websites. As you start doing your work, you will be submitting these through profiles. These profiles essentially create a cookie on your website that will remember you each time and every time you submit something. That cookie, however, is only stored on individual computers. It does not follow you around. So anytime you're on a new computer, you will want to create a new profile, or if you want, say, for example, if you're at the LRC or the Tutorial Center, you could also have the option to just fill it in one time as you go. So again, we talked about the sound bites and the sound bite labs, as well as active help desks and web research projects. These will make more sense as we go along through the course. Below here is all of our learning modules, and you'll notice that each week it'll have the dates and it'll say what the learning module is, and then the technology and action chapter and pages. These page numbers are based on the 3-ring binder version of what is sold in the bookstore. There's different versions of the book, whether it's hard copy or e-text or the one you purchase at the bookstore, but all these page numbers will align with the book that you purchased in the bookstore. So this concludes our syllabus video. You'll be doing a lot of work at the end of this course, so I'm always proud of the accomplishments the students do throughout the course, and it's just really great seeing the progress as you learn computer science throughout this course. So remember, continuous progress always, and any time that you need to get help, always reach out to me and don't spin your wheels in one spot. So I'm always available for help, whether it's online, through Skype, through phone, through email, through messaging. I make myself very available. So I look forward to working with you over the semester. Thank you and have a great day.